All right. Let's give this thing a shot, huh? Kind of excited about this, but I know everything is going to go wrong. It's going to be absolutely friggin' amazing. All right, welcome back, everybody, to a not VATSIM 101 stream. So for those of you that may be tuning in for the first time, you may know me from the VATSIM 101 content that I normally do. So on Friday nights, how it normally works is we get into one of the Friday night ops, or FNOs, which are big chaotic events that VATSIM puts on for the community, and then we just fly in the event. Less of me breaking stuff down and more of me just showing you what VATSIM looks like in some of the bigger events that they do. This week, there is no Friday night op. So I have decided instead we are going to be doing some flying in the MD-80. This is the first time I've brought it out on stream. I have a handful of flights in it. So they've all, well, I mean, for the first like couple that I did, you know, the ones that I've done recently have gone pretty well. So we're going to see whether or not I can keep up that trend and fly this thing around Hawaii for a little bit. So I am on Must Fuss multiplayer. I have it set to like live. Somebody said something about like connecting to servers. I don't know how to do any of that. I just set everything to like live. So if you connect in Honolulu, you should be able to see me. But if not, I don't think anybody's here right now. But if not, I mean, we can kind of explore what I'm supposed to do with that. But yeah, I don't know like what server I'm in. All I know is I just hit connect live and then it just dropped me in. It showed a bunch of people at different airports, so I at least knew that it was working. So we'll just, we'll see how it goes. What's up, Bullfighter? Just keep it for you. What do you mean? Just keep it for me. What does that mean? I don't know what any of this means. So I'm just going to go through the startup process on this plane. We will, you know, get a nice flight plan going together from SimBrief. The first airport we're going to go to, I'm planning on doing 2 flights. So the first flight is going to be from Honolulu down to Kona. And then once we get to Kona, we'll fly it back somewhere else. Not really sure where yet. Maybe we'll take a vote on it once we get to Kona. But, you know, we have places like Lanny. We have, what's the other one? Liu. Then there's, we can go to Maui. There's a couple of different, well, I think Liu's in Maui, right? I don't know. So there's a couple of different places that we could go to. So we'll take a vote once we get to Kona. So I'm just going to start going through. It's going to be a pretty slow startup process. So we'll just get ourselves going here. I got to remember what all the things are. The GPU is not hooked up. It would probably help if I hooked up the GPU. So let's come over here. We're going to start getting this done. Let's see. So we're going to do aircraft services. We're going to do, where's the GPU? Ground. GPU. So if I come back up over here, there we go. So we are going to turn the battery switch on. Battery switch is this thing right here, and we're going to lock that. And then we are going to come up over here. So next is the position and strobe lights. That's right, I got to come. Plane's kind of weird. You kind of got to go back and forth like this. So we're going to set this to the position lights. Internal lights, we don't need them. External power, now we're going to go turn the external power on. So we're just going to turn those on right there. So yeah, that's all looking good. Then we're going to do the fire test. So we're going to come down here.
Fire left engine. Fire right engine.
All right.
Fire left engine.
So that's working. Let's get this here. Oh, that's right. You got to pull this thing like multiple times. This stupid thing. What's up, Kamas? How you doing? So we're going to do loop A and B. Yeah, those are all in. Loop A. This is next. It says start the APU. I'm going to go past that for right now. I don't like burning the APU for too long. So we'll just go past the APU start checklist for right now. We'll probably start that up once we start loading the people on. We're going to do external power external power left and bus switches. I guess that's when, that's for when we turn the APU generators on. So we're going to turn on the no smoking lights, which they are on. Seatbelt lights are going to come on. Windshield anti-ice switch, I believe that is this. Yeah, that's that right there. Air conditioning system, not going to do that just yet. That's after we start the APU. Cabin pressure control switch. Yeah, that's after we start the APU. Hide pumps. All right, let's go. Let's go to the flight plan. We'll get that started, and then we'll come back and, you know, revisit this checklist. Yeah, it's actually a pretty... The power... Yeah, this is actually a relatively short checklist for a relatively complex plane. Yeah, so let's do this. I'm going to get SimBrief opened up here. And let's do this, and we'll just get this started. So create new flight. We are going to be... Oh, what's Hawaiian? What's the thing for Hawaii? I guess it really doesn't matter. What is Hawaiian's call sign? Or like their thing. Hawaiian. HAL. Okay. HAL. Flight number, we'll just do 621. Departure is going to be PHNL. Arrival is going to be PHKO. Alternate, we'll leave that at auto. It doesn't really matter. We'll set the departure time. Departure kind of doesn't really matter. We'll just do for the top of the hour. Why not? Probably take us a little... You know what? Let's keep it consistent. We'll just do 0130. Why not? Aircraft is going to be... It's the MD-82, I think. I think the Leonardo is the MD-82. Yeah. Gonna do the Must-Fuss profile. So all of this is good. No step climbs, nothing like that. Looks like the block time is going to be an hour, so it's probably going to be like a 30-minute flight. Then we're going to do... Yeah, this is all looking fine. Pretty easy departure and arrival. So upon departure, we're going to fly the PAL 3 departure through the landing transition. Then it's going to be a landing transition into the VECI 9 arrival into Kona. And we'll hit generate flight up here. There's not really going to be a whole lot to this flight. The only thing is like to load this into the EFB is kind of annoying. So we have Hawaiian 621. Departure is Honolulu. Arrival is Kona. Alternate is going to be also Honolulu. Aircraft is the DC-982. Departure time is 0130. Air time is 37 minutes. Block time is 1 hour and 17. Altitude is 17,000 feet. Cruising profile. I think the MD-80 has a fixed cost index, so we'll just leave it. The route distance is 172 nautical miles. Average winds aloft at 247 to 44. So a little bit of a crosswind that's going to be kind of like a headwind-ish. 17,632 pounds of fuel. 162 passengers on board with no additional cargo. Zero fuel weight is 115 over 122. Takeoff weight is 132 over 149. Landing weight is 127 over 130. We have our cruising speed is 375 knots at a cruising altitude of flight level 170. PAL 3 departure through the Lanai transition, VECI 9 arrival. Right now planning on runway 17. Yeah, we don't have to worry about this because we're not on VATSIM. So that's good for right now. What I do have to do though is I have to download this stupid fucking... Actually, I could probably show you, like, one of the things I kind of don't like about setting this plane up. So I have to download the... Where is it? I don't even know where it is. Is it flight plan downloads? I think it's... Yeah, it's right here. So I have to go into the... Like, I have to download this. The Leonardo MD-80 cars. Like, this I have to download and then drag it into the... like, the documents section of the Leonardo, which is kind of to get it to come up in the EFB, which is moderately annoying. But if I do this... Oh, it's not what I wanted to do. So then I have to drag this into Mad Dog X files, and I have to go to routes. Yeah, it's in here. I could probably delete some of these older routes, but I'll just leave it. I'll keep stacking them. And then I'm going to drag that into there. So that's good. Now, if I come over to the EFB, I should be able to load this flight plan now into the... It's the only thing about this plane that I don't like is setting all of this stupid shit up. So if I go to weight and balance, import OFP, and then here it is, PHNL to PHKO. Yeah, so now that's all in there. So if I come over to aircraft services and I come to Yeah, so now I need, yeah, so this is how much fuel is on the plane. This is how much I need. So I have to click this, and then this is going to start fueling the plane. I'm just going to, yeah, here we go. Yeah, like I said, it's the only thing I don't like about how, yeah, it's such a weird way to do it. But this is weird because it says, hang on a minute, because that's only like 8,000 pounds of fuel. I need 17,000. Oh, this says fuel units are in kilograms. Okay, so that's a problem. Well, it's a problem. It's gonna load the right amount of fuel, but like, how do I? There's a way to set this. There's a way to change that. Aircraft options. Here we go. Ah. Yeah. So now if I come back to, here we go. There we go. Yeah. So this is like 17,000. Okay. Simple fix. That's quite a, yeah, it's a little annoying. It's not, it's really like I just got to open up a folder, download the thing, and then drag it in, but it is kind of annoying. So yeah, we'll get that loaded up. So first we'll do the fuel, and then we'll start loading up, we'll do the fuel, we'll fire up the APU, and then we'll go, and then we'll start loading the people in. So let's get this in here. Init ref, we are at PHNL. And I don't know what gate we're at, so we're just going to use the GNSS position. We're going to go route to PHKO. And then let's do this. I'm going to get the ATIS. I'm going to try and get the ATIS for both of these airports. So that way, so we have it for, yeah, it's just PHNL. Okay, so PHNL. So we have information Mike updated at 2353 Zulu, winds are 200 at 9. We have visibility is 10, few clouds 2,500, scattered at 5,000, temperature 26, dew point 21, altimeter is 2983. Landing and departing 22s and 26s. Expect LDA DME runway 26 left or visual approach. Show landing lights entering class Bravo. IFR departures 22. Follow the note on SID for runway 26. So let's see. So they're taking off to the west. I want to try and, because this plane needs a lot of runway to take off. So let's take a look at this. I think it's going to be 26 right. Yeah, so we'll take off 26 right, which is down over here. Yeah, we'll come out this way. And then the departure is pretty straightforward. We're going to turn out, pretty much start an immediate turn. Looks like 180. So for runway 26 left and right, must complete left turn to assigned heading within 2 nautical miles of runway departure end. Doesn't really say a specific heading, but we're just going to turn directly to the south. And then from there, we'll kind of vector ourselves out to Palais or Pali, and then fly out towards Lanny. And then from there, we're just going to transition right onto the arrival for Kona. Now, let's see. Let me just bring this off screen so it doesn't, like, populate anything weird, like the news section of fucking Google. So we're going to do PHKO. So we've got the winds are 190 at 6, so it looks like we're going to be landing on runway 17 once we get there. So we'll plan for that. We'll plan to land on runway 17. We'll take off on runway 26 right. So departure arrival. Departure is going to be 26. It just says 26. Okay, 26 right. It's going to be the Palais 3 through the Lanny transition. And then from there, we're going to do pretty much immediately onto the arrival. So let's bring up this again. We're going to go to the arrival. It's going to be the ILS 17 for the Vecchi 9. I don't think there's a transition. Maybe it's Tammy. No, it's from, so yeah, after Vecchi, we pretty much catch the localizer. Is Vecchi a transition? No. So I am not going to use a transition. We'll just do the Vecchi 9. Oh, okay, I guess it took it already. So we'll just make sure this looks good. Okay, so it's got a discontinuity in here after Lanai, which is fine. Okay, why is it... Oh, did I not pick the right... Hang on, what the hell is happening? Ali, Lanny, why did it not load the Vecchi 9? Vecchi, Egypt. What the what? That's the approach. It's okay, so it didn't load the arrival. So let's come back over here and let's do that again. So it's the... Oh, because I just put runway... Oh, that's the departure. So arrival, ILS 17. There's no transition. I have to pick a transition. Is that what this is? I do Tammy. Why is it not letting me pick the Vecchi 9? Yeah, why is it not letting me pick the Vecchi 9? That's the problem. Tammy. Yeah, this is not letting me load the Vecchi 9 arrival. I mean, I literally could not give a fuck. Like, I won't fly the arrival. I don't care. But, like, why are you not letting me fly the arrival? That's what I want to know. Like, why am I not allowed to select this arrival? That's what I want to know. Happy Friday, and let's get started. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. If this airplane is not going to cooperate with me, then I'm not going to cooperate with it. That's how this shit works. Now, okay. Maybe I have to do the arrival first and then the approach? I don't remember having to do that. Let's see if it loaded. Okay, there we go. That looks right. Lanny, Zilna, Tammy. Yeah. Okay, now it's in here. Fucking stupid plane. LA Rush. Yeah, okay, so we're good. Okay. Bah! Hi, James. So we'll go to init ref. And... do I get... Oh, you know, I can't do this yet because I have to load the people on. So let's do... Okay, so we have all the fuel on. Let's come over to this. We're going to start boarding. We'll come up to the top. We'll start going through the rest of our checks here. So we'll come back up to the APU start. So it's going to be the APU start pump. That's going to be this right here. And then APU master switch, we're going to set that to start. And then that's it. Then we're going to wait for the APU avail lights. And then we're going to switch on the buses. So that's probably going to take a second or so. And by a second, I mean it's probably going to take 25 minutes. Come on. Okay, so it's slowly starting to increase here. This is our little APU. I think this is the RPM. Yeah, it's the RPMs. All right, so the APU available lights verify on. We're going to switch the master switch to run. And now we're going to turn these on. Beautiful. Right aft fuel pump is going to come on. So that's going to be this. And then start pump is going to come off. And the APU air is going to come on. Now, where is the APU? It's this thing, right? Yeah, it's that. External power, left and bus switches off. So that's going to be this. And then we're going to come to the pneumatic system. So this is another thing that's kind of weird about this plane. So, like, these are the pneumatic switches right here. But the problem is, like, I can select that one. But for me to select this one... Oh. Yeah, because usually it just does this. And then I have to go to the other side of the plane and then do it. That's, like, another thing I don't like about this plane is that the click spots on it are weird. So you have to constantly go back and forth. But it worked that time. So, yay. Cabin pressure controller. We're going to come back up to the top. And selector switch. It says standby primary, click transfer lockout light. So that's that. Set landing altitude at destination. So that is going to be, I think it's like 50 feet. Yeah, cone is 50 feet. So that's going to be about like right there. And then for the barometric pressure at Kona, it is 2985 right now. Really don't have to worry about it until we start descending and we get the actual observation, but it's probably not going to change too much. It's a very short flight. So we'll come back over here. Yeah, landing barrel was good. Auxiliary hydraulic pumps on. I believe that is one of these switches over here. You need to fuck all the way off, please. How do you get this out of here? Or is it you can only do it on the one side? Yeah, you can only do it on this side. So auxiliary hydraulic pump is coming on. The next tells us to set up the FMS, which we have already done. So once everybody gets loaded up, we'll do all of our calculations and then we'll get ourselves ready to go. Probably what I can do is I can set... I think you're supposed to set this after the engines are started. See, this was one of the things that that I had an issue with, is that I would have this set and this would like come up for a second and then would go back down to 0, and then I would get a consistent like master caution and I could not get rid of it. And I was like, all right, this is friggin' annoying. Yeah, so we'll just wait for everybody to get on. Yeah, we're pretty much halfway there, so just another couple of minutes. Yeah. This is going to be exciting. I'm excited. Let me set the altitude. I think it was 29 or 9 or 3. Let me pull up the weather observation for here again. 2983. 2983. Okay. Take a sip of my drink here. Oh, man. So for those of you that may be new here, we are doing some fundraising for the California Fire Foundation to help out with those that have been affected by the wildfires in California. So the California Fire Foundation is an organization that's dedicated to helping those people recover from, you know, the loss of their homes and their property and all that stuff that was tragically lost in the fires. So we have a community goal set for $500. It's all done through the Twitch donation feature that they have. So the money that you decide to well, if you do decide to donate money, it goes directly to the California Fire Foundation. You can find the link where you would normally go to get a subscription for the channel. It'll be replaced with a donate link. So I do ask, if you are considering throwing any money at the stream, that you do instead consider giving it to the California Fire Foundation, so that way they can continue their efforts with the recovery in Southern Cali with the destruction left by the wildfires. So anything that you can donate is greatly appreciated, and myself and the people of California thank you. What's up, Jojo? You here to rig another landing rate? All right, I don't need these open cargoes because this... So we got another like 50 people. Loading this plane doesn't usually take a whole lot of time. We can go past the FMS stuff. Well, actually, we kind of can't because well, we can start setting up like this. So we're gonna do... Yeah, I guess I could set the parking brake, right? Parking brake is... Oh, it's over here. So the parking brake in this plane is kind of weird. So I have to hold the brake. Oh, it was actually already set. Then I got to hold this up, release the brake. Yeah, and then that activates the parking brake. Panel lighting we don't need. EFIS mode is desired. Flight director switches both to FD. Well, we'll wait till we get everything loaded up. But I do want to put in some of the headings here and such. So off of runway 26 right, it's going to be a heading of 259. So let's put that in here. Oh, my Lord. Perhaps what? 259, and then altitude is going to be 17,000. And then we don't need to worry about any of this stuff. So zero fuel weight is 115.7. Let's see, what can I do? Weight and balance. No, that's, I have to go to the performance data. So what I'll do is airport is gonna, can I like, I guess I have to do this manually. PHNL. Runway is gonna be 26 right. I can't, son of a bitch. Yeah, I can't go. Why do you have arrows here if I can't go up or down? You're only giving me one option here. Oh my God. 8 left, 8, 4 right. Okay, I'm going to do this very slowly. 26 right. Here we go. We're not going to talk about that stuff tonight, Rabbit. Because I don't want to get into another long conversation about it. So the winds are 210 at 9. And then the altimeter is 2983. And then anti-ice is going to be off. Outside air temperature is 26 degrees. Yeah, so we'll keep all that stuff on. Runway length reduction from start. Yeah, so not really anything we have to worry about there. So we'll leave that. And we'll come back over here. We'll just wait for everybody to get... Oh, is everybody on? I think everybody's on. Nice. All right, cool. So takeoff weight. Calculate. Okay, okay, so it's not going to actually... So I have to put in the takeoff weight. So takeoff weight is 132,282. 132,282. So flaps are going to be 3 degrees. Cell temp is going to be 50. Really, 3 degrees to the flaps? Okay. V1 is 143. VR is 148. V2 is 157. Now, question. What's my zero fuel weight? 115.8. Duh. Never mind. It's over here. So 115 point... Well, it says 115.7, so I'll do that. I'll go by what the actual plane says. Is there not? Here we go. So 115.7. Fuel is going to be 17.6, and I think I have to do /N, right? Yeah. And then the reserves are going to be 4.5. Where are the snacks? This plane was built before snacks were invented. So we're going to do 17,000 feet as our cruising altitude. Cruising winds are going to be... Let's see. Do the top of climb winds. 251 at 50. So no snack, no snack. No snack. Starve. Ice deviation is 13 or plus 13. Could be a -6 temperature, which sounds about right. I think that's what this said. It says -5, so it's close enough. Not even nuggies. I think this plane was built before nuggies were invented, sadly. Yeah, cost index, it's fixed at 35 in this plane. Go to our takeoff performance. Let's see. So is this, damn it. All right. Performance. So we have this. I have to do this manually. So we have 143, 148, 157. 143, 148, 157. There's a thing I can do here. There's like a little card that I can put here. There it is. But I don't really understand how to read it. That's the thing. Because this is, well, it says land. Yeah, this is landing data. Oh, here we go. Takeoff data. So, and again, it's like you kind of scroll through it. So it's your takeoff weight, which is for us is going to be, it was like 130,000. Yeah, it's 132,000. So, yeah, and then here it's got different speeds. So it's got 135, 140. So I don't really understand how this works. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Did that take all of it? Yeah, it did. I'm just, like, not used to... Wait, did I update the ACARs? Not the ACARs, the FMS on this thing? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We're on Mustfuss multiplayer. We're not on VATSIM, so it doesn't really matter. What am I doing? Okay, so all that's good. Let's come back up here. I'm going to go through the flow list for the FMS to make sure I have everything in there. So, yeah, flight position, import the flight plan, enter origin destination, route waypoints, activate. Yeah, flight plan's activated. Enter departure SID, arrival star. Yep, check for discontinuities. They're fine. Verify zero fuel weight, FOB, schedule. Yeah, it's schedule /N, reserves. Well, reserves are more than 2,000, so it's fine. Cruising altitude, cost index is 35, and transition altitude is good. Takeoff, we have the V1, VR, and V2. Now we have to come up here and set our flex temp, which is going to be 50 degrees. So I have to turn that off right there. And then I'm going to do takeoff flex, and then I have to use this to set that to 50 degrees. The flex temp is 50. Next is the parking brake is set, instrument and panel lighting is required, EFIS modes as desired. Flight director switches, I'm going to flip those up. Then it says auto land mode, both VHF nav radio set to an ILS frequency, i.e. 109.5. Push auto land mode, check no auto land flashes. All right, so let's just get an ILS frequency in here. Well, I guess I'll just do 109.5, right? That's what this thing says, so I guess it really doesn't matter. We'll just do 109.5 for consistency. And then we'll do push auto land mode button. So that is... I know I've seen it. It's up here somewhere, right? Yeah, there it is. So we want to make sure that... Yeah, so check no auto land flashes, so that's good. Check FMA reads auto land pre-flight test. Yep, auto land pre-flight test, that's good. Is that going to stop on its own? I don't remember if it does or not. Push it again. All right, I guess it'll do it on its own. Altitude is set. Arm with click on the rotary selector. So I'm gonna do that. Speed bug is set. Well, no, that's the speed. Well, I didn't even set the speed window, right? So V2 is gonna be. Is it 157, right? It was 157 is V2. So I'm gonna set this to 167. Okay, and then how do I get that to stop flashing? Is that going to stop on its own? That thing just spun around all over the place. That was wild. Speed bugs is this thing. So that's going to be V1. That's not VR. That's not VR. That's V2. Is that VR maybe? No. VR is like somewhere here. Yeah, I guess these bugs are a little off. What does that card say? 135, 149, and 158. Yeah, these are wrong. Maybe those are the flap speeds. Maybe that's what that is. Those are flap speeds. Next is the standby horizon, uncage, which it is. Clock, check and set. I don't remember where the clock is. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that did end up going away on its own. Very nice. Altimeter set to local. That one's set. This one is not set. 2983. I think these two are linked, though. Yeah, so it's just that in the standby. TRC, ART, off. Flex temp, that's set to 50. Fuel quantity gauge, set ZFW. Oh, I have to set the ZFW. Oh, I'm an idiot. All right, so well, this is saying that 105.7. Yeah, I'll just... Maybe that's what it was. I have to actually set this for what it's supposed to be. So weight and balance, zero fuel is 115.8. I mean, it's close enough, right? I mean, it's really not that big of a deal, but I'll just set it. Next, we have landing gear lever down in 3 green. Down, 3 green. Weather radar, that doesn't work in the Leonardo. ATCT cast is set to standby. Doesn't really matter. We're not on VATSIM, so that can pretty much just do whatever it wants to do. I'll set it to transponder, though. Parking brake is set. So this is the engine start and pushback. So parking brake is set. Let me get the music turned off. So parking brake is set. Auxiliary hydraulic pump is on. We know it's on because we turned that on before. Takeoff condition trim readout set. Stabilizer trim I have to set. So this is where we need it to be set. This is where it's currently at. So I'm going to move this up. That looks good. Takeoff, flap takeoff selector if required. That's going to be this little wheel over here. So let me come back over to the other side of the plane. Set I don't think you can. It doesn't go up that high. This. So we're going to set this to 3 degrees. It's a very low flap setting. Need mouse wheel acceleration on this plane too. All right, so that's set to 3. Air conditioning supply switch is off. So that's going to be this up here. So I think they're already off, right? Yeah, I don't have them turned on. They're off. The air conditioning switches are here. Yeah, so those are already off. Then we're going to do fuel pumps left and right are going to come on. We don't have anything in the centers, so we're just going to turn on the left and the right. Engine ignition selector, it's an odd number day, so we're going to use the A system. Seatbelt signs are on. Windows and doors are closed and they are locked. Cockpit door, we're going to hit deny. That's going to close the actual door. If I can find the damn thing. There it is. Anti-collision lights, we're going to turn those on once we get the tug hooked up and we're ready to go. So I can get this jet bridge out of here. So let's do that. Bye-bye. We're going to come back over here. Aircraft services. Come to ground. We're going to get the GPU disconnected. Main door should be closed. I don't remember if there's like a thing that shows us the doors on this plane. I don't think there is. So yeah, I would say the doors are pretty friggin' closed. And we are going to get the tug hooked up. And then once that's good, we are going to start our push. Now I can turn on the anti-collision light. That is going to be this right here. Verified shocks got removed. They did not. What do I do? Oh, there they go. Because the tug's hooked up now. Cool. All right, so next we're going to push the plane back and we're going to start the engines. Nice livery. Yeah. Well, because Hawaiian flies the 717 and the DC-9 is basically the same plane as the 717. So, all right, so let's come outside. The shocks disappear. Yeah, they just dis-a-fucking-peared. All right, so we're going to get the parking brake turned off. Bah. And now we're going to start the push. So we'll push the plane back first, and then we'll get the engine started. So we're 45 minutes in. We're already getting pushed back. I'm actually kind of impressed. I thought we were going to be sitting here for like an hour and a half. This will be, yeah, this is going to be interesting. And we'll start the turn. I think I started that turn way too late. Should have got a scenery for Honolulu is what I should have did. Yeah, I started that turn way too late. This plane looks like the paper airplanes I used to make as a kid. Ow. How far back the wings are. It's like, oh, where do you want us to put the wings? In the engines. I've flown on the DC-9s IRL, both as a kid and as late as like 4 years ago. They're kind of cool. Not very comfortable, but they are kind of cool. All right, so let's get the parking brake set. And we'll get the tug away. Now we're going to start engine 2. So we're going to hit the engine 2 start switch, which is, I forget where. Hold on. Oh, okay, so you're right. It's up here. So we're going to come up here. And that's going to stay on. And then when the percentage gets to 20, we're going to cut the we're going to put the fuel lever on. Then at 40, we're going to turn the start switch off. So you do have to do that manually in this plane. It doesn't do it automatically. All right, so fuel lever coming on. When it gets to 40%, we're going to kill the start switch. Okay, here she comes. All right. And that's the generators kicking in. We're going to wait for the engine to stabilize. And now we're going to do the same thing for engine number 1. So we're going to come up here, hold that switch down. And then at 20%, it is raining pretty hard outside. So if the stream unexpectedly dies, it's because I will lose power. I hope it doesn't happen, but it's raining pretty hard. Yeah, it's freaking pelting. Is it hailing? What the fuck is going on out there? Hey, keep it down. I'm trying to stream. Shit, you guys can probably hear it. All right, so we're going to kill that switch. Let's wait for this engine to stabilize, and then we'll continue on with our after start check. I just hear CFM 56s. All right, so we're going to come to the top. We are going to... APU bus switches are going to come off. APU air switch is going to come off. Nope, I want that off. And then APU master switch is going to come off. Shit, that's a battery switch. Yeah, I'm fucking stupid, aren't I? Shut up. The hell's the APU master? There it is. Emergency lights not armed. Huh, whoops. Air conditioning supply, we're going to set this to auto. So the air conditioning, that's going to be right here. We're going to scroll that all the way down. And then engine ignition selectors, we're going to turn that to off for right now. Engine and airfoil, anti-ice, and fuel heaters, those are going to stay off. Auxiliary, hydraulic, and transfer pumps, those are going to come on. That's over here. So the transfer pumps are going to come on. Engine hydraulic pumps are going to be on high, which they're already set. Spoilers, we're going to arm those, so we're going to come over here. Did I just turn them on or off? Oh, they were on. Flaps we're going to set for takeoff. So that's going to get set to 3 degrees. Auto brake, I'm going to hit arm for takeoff. So that's a stupid... Whoops. This is what I want, kind of. So we're going to arm. I have to set it for takeoff first. Yeah, there we go. Next. Yeah, we're going to do a flight control check. There's no, like, screen for me to do it, so I'm just going to make sure my flight controls are free and correct, which they are. Speed brake's good. Oh, I have to arm him again, don't I? Yeah. Sweet. And then our taxi checks. So nose light's going to get set to taxi. That's going to be... It's one of these lights over here, right? Oh, no, it's this. Nose lights are over here. Why is this ART in-op? Oh, because I have it turned off. Okay, so I'm going to clear that. Yeah, so we're good. The hell was I? Nose light, we're going to set this to taxi. We're going to release the parking brake, and we're going to get ourselves going. Switches on this plane are so yeah, you can definitely tell it's meant for two people because of, like, especially where the lights on the other side of the plane are. So we'll get ourselves going. Oh, I hear somebody. There's somebody else that's here with us. Yep, there they are. Ooh, get moving. What are they with? Let's say blue something. All right. So we'll taxi out to Alpha, and then we'll make a nice left, and then we'll take Alpha all the way out to the runway. Thank you for the hydrate, Sancho. I'm gonna need all the hydration for all the screaming I'm about to do. And this thing does have a pretty long nose, so I'm gonna make these turns a little wide. What did the MD-80 do to you? Nothing yet, but we're about to find out if it's going to cooperate or not. The takeoff on this thing is weird because you do it backwards. It's you hit the toga button, then you arm the auto throttle, and then... No, I'm sorry. You hit the toga button, and then you advance the throttles to, like, EPR 1.4, and then you arm the auto throttle. It's, like, the most ass-backwards thing. And the checklist on it is wrong because it says... you arm the auto throttle first, but if you do that, it does not let you move the throttles. So, it's definitely weird. What airline is that? It says Blue Arc? Is that what that says? Blue Arc? Yeah, like if I arm the auto, like I'll do it right now. Like if I arm the auto throttle and I go to move the throttles, oh, now it's making a liar out of me. Fuck you. You weren't supposed to do that. Fuck you. Well, we'll see if it works. It hears it? Yeah, it knows I'm talking shit. Now, I don't want to... Is this one of you guys? Is this one of you guys right here? Because I'm going to stop short of the runway, and it's going to be a little bit for me to do my takeoff checks. And I don't want to get in your way. So my plan is to stop on Alpha short of Whiskey. So, what? What? Am I in trouble? Do you have a number for me to copy? Well, because I moved them, that's why. I moved the throttles forward. Because before, like when I would arm the auto throttle and I would go to advance the throttles, it wouldn't do it. But now it's doing. Okay, shut up. Shut up, throttles. All right, so let's come up here. We're gonna do our pre-takeoff checks. Engine ignition selectors are gonna go to both. So that's that one right there. Yeah, we're not gonna turn on the anti-icers. Flaps are already set for takeoff. The hydraulic and transfer pumps are on. Annunciator panel, check and consider. This says ART in-op, so I am gonna be fine. I'm gonna pull up here a little bit, and actually, let me stop short of. Fuck it. It's not gonna take us that long. Guy behind us can wait if he needs to. I said, well, they never used to. They're like they usually didn't. So the terrain radar. I don't know. I don't need a terrain radar. I can see. Weather radar, that doesn't work. We'll turn the TCAS on. We can do that. So we'll do this. I don't know where the terrain radar is on this plane. Oh, that might actually be it right there. So we're gonna arm the auto throttle. See if it's gonna work. I'm gonna stop right here for a second. We're gonna turn on all of these lights. I think that's a light, right? That's the nacelle lights. Yeah, so those are on. We're going to turn those on. We're going to get the landing lights turned on. And now we're going to line up on the runway. Yeah, the throttles are moving with the auto throttle armed. Sancho, is that you behind me? Because it's a 7.3. I know you like flying the 7.3. All right, so we're going to line up right here. Just going to get this little sense. It's not you. It's somebody. All right, so now I'm going to hit the toga button. And then I'm going to advance the throttles to... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's 1.4 and then toga. All right, so it just won't do anything. Now, the position of these throttles is kind of weird. Yeah, see, now it's going to... Shit. Oh, too far. I got to figure out where the sweet spot is on this. So the toga button doesn't actually work on the honeycomb. So if I hit this... There we go. Now it works. We're going to let the engine spool up. And now we're going to accelerate. Probably should hit nav, maybe. And then is there a VNav? I don't think there is. Yeah, there is. So airspeed is alive. $80 knots. V1. Jesus, rotate. I think I just took out every single one of those trees. Positive rate. All right, I'm going to go into heading mode. And I'm going to set the heading to... Why is the flight director going way out over there? Hang on a minute. Where's heading mode? Okay, I don't know what this thing wants me to do, and I'm going to start this turn. I don't know what the flight director wants me to do. I don't know what it's doing. We're going to figure this out, though. We're going to go to... Yeah, we'll just roll out this direction. I have no idea what's happening. Can I get this to switch? Usually, yeah, there we go. So that's the way I want to go. That's not the way the flight director is taking me. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's get the flaps up. I don't know why this is one of the problems that I have is on the departure. This thing really likes to be a brat. So then I got to do this. What if I just go nav? There we go. No. What are you doing? All right, where's the direct? And we're turning again. I don't want to turn. So we're gonna go direct to, let's just go direct to Palais. Direct. Execute. There we go. Ooh, pitched a little. Why? What's this flight director? There we go. I think it's working now. The AP is on? No, it's not. Yeah, the AP is definitely not on. No ATC. We're not on VATSIM. I'm going to set the autopilot, see what the autopilot does. Speed low. Yeah, why is it says speed low? Speed's fine. We're at 200 knots. What is going on? It's like stuck in a turn. Okay, so this is clearly not working. This is clearly not working. This is not MustFuss 24. What is happening? Why are we not... Is the fucking autopilot not on? What the fuck is going on? Autopilot button doesn't work on the Thrustmaster? Did I disengage that and forget? Okay, so now our speed... Okay, so now... airspeed's not low. Shut up. We're at 210 knots. Relax. Okay, yeah, so this is doing its thing. I don't know what happened with that departure. Did I miss something? Looks like the... Well, yeah, because I'm tuned to a local, like an ILS frequency, but there's no ILS. That's why. So it's just telling me it's not picking up a signal. Okay, so we're going to come back. There's a couple of things I got to do. So we're going to set this back to stow. Come on. Scroll wheel things that you have to use a scroll wheel on the mouse for. Makes no sense. Then we're going to do auto brake is going to come off. That should be off already. I guess it doesn't. Then we're going to do auxiliary hydraulic and transfer pumps are going to come off. So off, off. Engine ignition selector. Oh, it's in stabilizer motion. Landing lights are going to stay on for right now. Bah! And then it says pneumatic cross-feed valves as required. I usually just leave those on. All right, so we'll turn these lights off. And then we'll come over here. This will come off. That'll come off. Those are all going to stay on. All right. So not terrible. A little bit of a sloppy departure. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with the flight director there. That was weird. I must have missed something. There has to have been something that I missed. So before takeoff, engine ignition selectors, engine and airfoil, anti-ice flap. Okay, so there must have been like a nav thing I was supposed to hit that I just didn't do. Yeah, there's nothing. I can turn this off. Or I can turn that on, I should say. And then we're going to hit climb on that. I was actually supposed to do that at TRA. Forgot to do it. Yeah. I guess we'll figure it out on the next flight. What was the livery that you were seeing? It was like Blue Arc or something. I don't know. Very nice. And honestly, with that flight director thing, even if I was on VATSIM, I would have been fine because I was hand flying the plane. But I apparently was not really gaining any airspeed. I do like how they incorporated some of the cabin views with this. This does look pretty cool. This is pretty much the seat that I would always sit in on the DC-9s. Yeah, it was usually this one back here where you're like right in front of the engine, like right behind the wing. That's usually where I sat. Okay, so we're in the air. How long until we land? This says 17 minutes. All right, let's get the landing rate prediction opened up. I thought this was saying was going to be like a 30-minute flight. Does this say, hang on, let's see. Hang on. Let's see what this says. So this is saying we're going to land at 01:31, which is in... Yeah, it's in like 20 minutes. So let's get the landing rate prediction opened up. So I'll do this right now. So we'll start this. We'll let it run for 20 minutes. So let's do that now. So landing rate prediction is up. And yeah, we're not even at cruising altitude yet. And we've already got the prediction up. So for those of you that are new in the chat, we use the Twitch predictions for you guys to bet on what you think my landing rate's going to be. So bet your nuggies on however good or bad you think my landing rate's going to be. And then once we land, I'll show you in Volanta what the landing rate is, so that way you know I'm not lying to you. So it's anybody's guess as to how well this landing is going to go. Let's get a weather observation for Kona. PHKO. Give me the airport. Okay. So we have the METAR for PHKO. Updated on the 1st of February at 053 Zulu. Winds are 190 at 12. Visibility is 10. Broken clouds at 7,500. Temperature is 27. Dew point is 21. Altimeter is 2983. So yeah, pretty much the same altimeter now as it is there. So we are looking good. We just, yeah, it's a short flight. It's a 30-minute flight from Honolulu to Kona. And then once we get to Kona, we'll take a vote on where we're going to fly after that. So we'll see. I've never done a turnaround with this plane before, so I don't know how like weird it's going to be, but we'll see. We'll see how weird it's going to act. But yeah, everything here looks good. That's landing right there, and then that's going to bring us into the arrival. So we're going to be flying the Veki 9. So from Lanny, we're going to fly to Zilna, then from Zilna out to Tammy. Then Tammy, we're going to fly south, it looks like, straight to Veki. And then Veki, we're going to catch the localizer, bring it on in towards the runway. Looking at the ILS runway 17. 109.7 is going to be our frequency. I'm going to get that set in here real quick. And then our inbound course is going to be 174 degrees. So I will also get that set into the course selector. What's a short distance for a jet? Oh, this flight? Well, this is... I mean, the Hawaiian Airlines actually does flights like this with their 717s. And then this is going to also be 174 degrees. So we'll just get this set. And then final approach fix is going to be at Egypt, which we have to cross at 1,500 feet. ILS decision altitude is 247 feet, but this uses a decision height. It does not use a... it does not use the decision altitude, so I'm going to set 200 into the PFD. Airport elevation and touchdown zone elevation are both 47 feet. In the event we go miss, it's a climb to 460 feet, then a climbing right turn to 5,000, outbound on the Kona VOR radial 294 to Andes and hold. Continue climbing the hold to 5,000 or is directed by ATC. So we're going to be coming pretty much in from Tammy. Then Tammy, we're going to go out to, well, it might actually bring us from Tammy to Baca and then to Veki. So that looks like what our route's going to be. 3,000 at Veki, 1,500 at Egypt. Catch the glide slope, bring it on in. We're going to be looking for a Mauser approach landing system with a PAPI on the left-hand side. Abbreviated missed approach right here. ILS decision altitude is 247 feet. We are within the visibility requirements, so that's good. I'm just going to keep scrolling on this decision height here. And if you do have any questions about any of the charts, feel free. You can pop them on in the chat. Just like with the FNO streams that we usually do, tonight's going to be a little bit less of me breaking things down, mainly because I'm trying to make sure that I stay on top of this plane, because this is like, what's the first time I'm flying it on stream, and it's probably like the 5th or 6th time I've actually flown this thing. But if there are any questions, you can feel free, pop them on in the chat. And for those of you that want to fly along on Must Fuss Multiplayer, we'll be landing in Kona in about 25 minutes. You can meet us on there. American doesn't really think prop planes are safe due to the prop being there, even though the fan part of jet engine is essentially the same thing. That's not why Americans don't think turboprops are not safe. Most Americans don't think turboprops are safe because they compare propeller planes with antiquated technology, so they think the planes are not safe because they're old, not because they're afraid of the propeller. Or they can't get the prop planes out to Hawaii. You could fit like an auxiliary tank in something like a Dash 8 and fly it out to Hawaii. It'd be really weird to do it. Or you can bring it out there in pieces. Like if Hawaiian Airlines brought a bunch of Q400s, you just have them assembled in Hawaii. Because you got to remember, there's a lot of GA planes that are out here too. You have a lot of people that have like GA planes and seaplanes and such. Like, you're not flying those from any mainland over to Hawaii. There's definitely yeah, there's a lot of GA in Hawaii. Except for the ferry GA. Well, that was... Yeah, we're not talking about that stuff, City. We already had like a long conversation that I didn't even want to have in the first place the other night. We're not doing it again tonight. But yeah, I think the Ferry 172 was more of just like, hey, we're gonna do this because we can, not because that's something that they normally plan on doing. It was basically just say like, hey, we can do this. So top of descent is coming up pretty soon, and now I know I am inevitably gonna fuck this up. So if I set this to 1,500 feet, it should not... It's going to start a descent. Okay. So I don't want it to start a descent. Come back up. Come back up. So I don't... Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Where I can arm the altitude and then it won't do it. Other times it just has a mind of its own. Like, maybe it's not in VNAV mode. I don't know. Does Hawaii do flight level? Yeah, it's a U.S. state, so it's going to be... Let me try this again. Yeah, it's... Okay. Whatever, it is what it is. We'll just start the descent manually once we get to the top of descent. Yeah, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so I'm just going to... Fuck you, stop. I'm just going to go with, you know, it's probably not going to work most of the time. It is what it is. Yeah, it says VNAV level. Yeah, why is it... Why it says VNAV level, and why are you starting a descent? Like, I don't understand. What is the best looking plane in your opinion? Like... Reset F. Shut up. Yeah, it says reset out, and it's going to start a fucking descent. Shut up. I don't know. Best looking plane? I don't know. A lot of them. I like the Falcons. Like the Falcon, like, 2000s and the Falcon 7Xs. I like those. I think they look pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know why it says VNAV level and then it like proceeds to like immediately start a descent. I don't know what the problem is. So we're tracking correctly. So I mean, that's a good thing. Everybody knows how to. Yeah, it says reset. So, but if I reset it, you're immediately going to start a descent, which I guess it doesn't matter because our top of descent is so close anyway. Yeah, I don't understand why you're starting a descent. And you're starting a descent at 2,000 feet a minute. The fuck are you doing? Oh, wait, is it coming back up? What is it doing? This plane is stupid. I'm just going to set this for 3,000. This plane is freaking stupid. All right, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, what are you doing? All right. I don't trust you anymore. Come back up to 2,500 feet a minute. Actually, you know what? Do 2,000 feet a minute. Hey, Factual Gull coming in with the rate of 15. What's going on, everybody? Welcome on in. Thanks for the raid, Gull. How was your stream? You are catching us here with our first stream on the MD-80, and already things are not really cooperating the way that I would like. But for those of you that may not have been here before, what we usually do is VATSIM 101. And normally how it works is I take you through a flight in VATSIM, break things down nice and slowly as we go through it, and answer any questions that you have along the way. Friday nights, we usually get into the Friday night ops, but since there is no Friday night op this week, I decided, hey, some of you guys have been asking me to fly the MD-80 for quite some time, and been practicing with it for the last couple of weeks, and pretty much at the point where I feel at least confident in knowing what the kind of like quirks of this plane are, like the fact that I'm in VNAV mode and I went to go arm the altitude and just started descending anyway, which not really that big of a deal. But yeah, it'll only be a matter of time before this thing starts making it out onto VATSIM streams. But appreciate the raid, Gull. How was your stream? Oh, I just spilled my drink. Oh man, I need a bib. Can't take me anywhere. All right. So we'll bring this down to 3,000 feet. Right, that's good. Yeah, I haven't really heard like, yeah, haven't really talked to you in a while. Haven't really been lurking in the stream a whole lot lately, admittedly, but I'm getting better with lurking back in people's streams. Just you know, the end of last year, beginning of this year was freaking crazy. So I'm back to bothering people in stream. So it's only a matter of time before I'll come lurk in yours again and be a little bit of a bother. Bah! Rivet! Yes. So we have 109.7 is our ILS, and 174 is the course. So that's correct. Beautiful. Now the question is, this is not going to come back to 250 on its own. So I will have to do that. Now the question is it going to start coming back? And it's not. It's going to hold its speed. So if I go speed mode, right, that's speed mode. It's going to continue to not come back. So let me pull the speed brake here. It's still trying to maintain 300 knots for no reason. I would very much appreciate you coming back to 250, please. All right, so let's get the landing lights out. Turn these back on. There we go. Now she's coming back. We'll do our landing checks, which is really not a whole lot. All right. We'll get this. I can do this over here. Do we have a landing performance thing? Yeah, we do. Fuck, what's my landing weight gonna be? 129.7. That sounds good to me. 129. 700. Flaps. I guess we'll just do 1540. Why not? We're gonna calculate this. So those are my speeds: 233, 183, 159. So let me reset the bugs. Cool. Yeah, that looks good to me. Does not look like it wants to maintain that speed, though. I can't tell. I really can't tell. Because that's another thing I can't figure out is the speed mode on this thing. Again, sometimes it works, sometimes... Oh, is this it? Is that what this is? I legitimately have no idea. To me, that's what it sounds like. And it says clamp, which to me sounds like idle clamp, meaning that it's going to come back to 250. What is it? This is... Oh, okay, IAS. Yeah, so it's descending at speed. Okay. We're going to keep her coming down. And it looks like our end of descent is going to be at... It's going to be just after Tammy, so that's fine. There's no altitude restrictions, and recommended altitude after Tammy is 3,000 feet anyway, so we're looking pretty good. What's my approach speed? So VREF is 138, which means my approach speed is going to be 143. So we'll get the range on this turn down a little bit. Okay. I would like you to, like, descend a little bit faster so we can start slowing down. I guess it is what it is. Now, how far out? Oh, well, we're still not picking up the localizer yet, but Tammy is not very far. I mean, either way, like, it's not gonna matter because we can just fly this visually. But yeah, we're probably still pretty far out, right? How far are we from the... Yeah, 20 miles, so we're probably not gonna pick this up for a little bit. Landing rate prediction is still open, so don't forget to get your bets in, everybody. There we go. We got the localizer right here, so the glide slope is gonna come active in just a little bit. So this is... Not the distance, that's just our ground speed. I don't think we get distance from... Like, I don't think this has DME up here. Yeah, there's the runway out there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try slowing this plane down to 200 knots. Let's see if it wants to do it. I don't think it does. Okay, it's starting to come back. So yeah, this is like the speed mode. Now, what's the speed that I can start bringing flaps out? I don't think it's placarded. We'll just wait till we start getting down to our clean speed. I feel like it's going to be like 200. Oh, wait, here we go. It's got to be in like the worst possible spot. Flap extend, yeah, so 280 knots. So let's get some flaps out here. And we're below the glide slope, so that's good for right now. Okay, so we have this. That's our little minimums thing. The minimums in this plane, it makes a funny noise. I want to know why the localizer is saying that we should be to the right, of course, right? Maybe not. Yeah, the runway's off to our left. Altitude. Wait a minute. Why are you still descending? Why are you still descending? That's not what I asked you for. I wanted you to stop at 3,000. You did not stop at 3,000. You did the direct opposite of what I asked you to do. I wanted you to stop at 3,000. You did not stop at 3,000. Now we'll bring out the next set of flaps here. That's the localizer coming in. Where's the localizer mode? I guess it's just ILS. Or we can just, yeah, localizer right here. Why did it come down below? Well, now we're going to go ILS mode anyway. So let's do that. ILS mode. Now, I don't know why it went below 3,000. I don't know why this plane is not doing what I ask it to. Now, it should catch the glide slope and start descending. Yeah, here we go. So let's get gear down. We're going to start bringing our speed down to 153 knots. Do this, and then I have to come back. This is where it gets a little weird. So I do medium. Do I have to arm this? I don't think I have to. I think that's only for takeoff. Yeah, it says set and arm. So I actually don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. If we get off the runway and the speed brakes are deployed, I guess we'll know. All right. We're gonna go flaps full. A little bumpy. All right. So we'll get the auto throttle off. Autopilot's off, or it should be off. Yeah, it's off. Oh, the wind is pushing me. I want to land. Don't push me away. Landing on your island. Got a severe nose up attitude, though. There we go. Oh, it's still going way nose up. Jesus. There we go. Become a little fast. Oh my god. I'm all over the place.
300. Minimums.
It's a grown tube in the MD-80. Oh.
20.
Way too...
10.
Flared way too high. Alright, down. Reversers. I think those are the speed brakes right there. I don't know. Hey, the speed brakes are up. Alright, so they were set. Alright. So we'll get off at Charlie. I do not feel like that's going to be a very good landing rate. Let's see how we did. Alright, so speed brakes up, flaps up. We will turn the landing lights off. Those lights set to dim. And we'll get these lights turned off, and then strobe lights are going to come off. We'll get the APU started. I can remember how to do it. So we're going to do start. Yeah, the start pump doesn't need to be on, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't say that the... Oh, it says start on descent. Really? Okay, are these actual people, or is this... Or is those just planes that are parked there? Look like planes that are just parked there. Yeah, the APU is definitely running. Yeah, I think those are just like, scenery planes. I don't think those are actual people. I think that's Sancho right there. What is this? What is this flashing at me? AP. Oh, that's flashing. Let's turn the flight directors off. Maybe that's why. Yeah, we'll park next to Sancho. Let's do... Get the music back on. I think I passed the terminal, but it's fine. Well, actually, no, the terminal's... Yeah, that's the terminal right there. So we'll just park right next to him. Okay. So we'll set the parking brake, and we'll go through our shutdown checklist here. So yeah, flaps are up. All right, yeah, those should be up. Yeah, those are all the way up. We're gonna do nose lights off. APU buses are gonna come on. And then engine fuel shut-off levers are gonna come off. Then pneumatic crossfeed valves, those are going to come to open, which means they're going to be off. So turn those off. Oh, wait, no, it says open. Open is this way. Yes, I was right the first time. Fuel pumps are going to come off except for the right aft, because that's what's going to power the APU. APU air is going to come on. If I could find it. I know I saw it before. It's over here, right? Hang on. Where the hell is it? I can set that to run. Here it is. APU air is on. And then anti-collision lights, we can turn that off. And light director switches are off. And then the auxiliary, hydraulic, and transfer switches are going to come off. So we're going to... So those... Oh, was I supposed to turn those on for the descent? Oops. Okay. All right, so... You don't see me. We see you. Assuming that's you. I'm assuming that's you right there. You're the only other plane. Oh, here comes somebody. I don't know who that is. That is you? Yeah, that's weird. Why can't you see me? Do you have your thing set to, like, live players? Because mine's just set to live, so I don't know, like, how any of that works. We'll turn that off. Cool. All right, so we'll just kind of leave this as is for right now. Let's do the landing rate. Let's see who wins for the first flight of the night. So, are you guys ready? In 3, 2, 1. Ooh. I'll take that. Minus 270. That's actually pretty solid. 0.94 in the G-forces. Landing speed was 135. I think that's pretty solid. So let's see who our winners are. It's going to be between 226 and 300. And it looks like we have 3 winners. So let's see who those people are going to be. Come over to the summary here. That's going to be Jojo again, Sancho, and Ivan. Telling you, man, Jojo goes into the future and he just knows everything. There's no other way to like explain that. Yeah, so Jojo with 2,600, Sancho with 1,300, and then Ivan with 172. Very nice, very nice. All right, so where do we go next? So we have a couple of airports. We can go to Lanny. That would be a really quick flight. We can go back to Honolulu. We could go to what is it? I want to try and find like airports that have long enough runways to handle a plane like this. Is 7,700 foot long run? Yeah, because like that last takeoff we did, that was like scary. I guess maybe we just won't do flex temp takeoffs anymore. We'll just do like straight up, like balls to the wall. So let's just do this. Let's do poll, and we'll do where do we fly next. So let's do where do we fly next. So we have Honolulu. We can go back to Honolulu, which is PHNL. We can go to Lanny, which is I think it's LI. PHNY. We can go to Kalui. What is that? OG? That's PHOG, right? Come on, pull up the airport. Yeah, so we can go to Kalui or Kahului. Kahului. I don't know. So that's going to be PHOG. Or we could go to, let's see, what there's another one. There's like another one out near like Honolulu, right? We can go to Molokai. How big is that place? That's kind of small. The hell else do we go? Because there's really nothing else, right? Because we have Hilo, which is on the other side of this island. It would take us 5 seconds to get there. Yeah, let's do those 3. Honolulu, Lanny, or Kalui. We'll let that run for 2 minutes. And we'll see which one of those is going to win. ADSB set up at night. Got to see a heavy 747 taken off from the window. Nice. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's the thing about Hawaii island hopping. It's like it's a lot of fun, but there's not a whole lot of places to choose from. And in a plane like this, you can't go very far. Let's see. Yeah, because all these I mean, like, if they're flying 717s to these places in the real world, then obviously we'll be able to fly a 717 or like a DC-9 out of here. We just can't use flex temps. I think that was like why we took off using like almost the entire 12,000 foot long runway in Hawaii or Honolulu. Because like I'm just looking at Honolulu, like on FlightAware, and we have there's a 717 coming from Kiel. I don't know, like I know that's a relatively smaller airport. Then there's one coming from that's a Caravan. Another one coming. Oh, there's one going to Kahului from... yeah, there's one going to Kahului from Honolulu. Yeah, so, like, these are all flights they're doing in the 717. Am I jealous of my surround sound jet engine sounds? Not particularly. Oh, look at that. We're going to Kahului. Oh, boy. What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? All right, so let's get this flight set up. It's going to be a little bit shorter than the flight that we just did. Kahului is... I don't even think I'm saying it right. Yeah, it's probably going to be like a 15-minute flight. So let's get this set up here. So let's come over to this, and we'll come over to new flight. Do you recommend if you do ADSB and close to an airport to have radio listening to a tower? That would be pretty cool. So we'll do Hawaiian 621. We're going to depart from, where the hell did we just go? It was where the hell did we, PHKO, right. I was like, what is the identifier for this place? PHKO to PHOG. Right, that's where we want to go. Said Kahului. Yeah, PHOG. So let's do... Whoops, let me bring this back over here. What time is it right now? It's 01:44. Let's just do 02:30 for the departure time. We'll just play it safe. And we're gonna do the... Where is it? MD-82. And then we're going to use the Musfuss Leonardo. All this is looking good. Our cruising altitude's probably going to be like 6,000 feet. It's going to be like nothing. Maybe a little bit higher. So all this looks fine. Block time is going to be 50 minutes. Departure runway is 17. Arrival runway is 20. We'll double check, see exactly what's going on. Yes, this is all good. Yeah, being the fact that we're taking off, we're going to the Kona VOR, then we're on a Victor Airway to Harpo. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a low altitude flight. Then it's going to be the camps for arrival into... Although I know I'm not saying the name of this place right. So let's do this. And then I'm just going to update Volanta here real quick. And, oh, you know what I can do? I can onboard everybody. Let's do this. Aircraft services, start onboarding. What? Oh, I turned off the wrong thing. That's why. Fuck out of here. That's not what I asked you for. There we go. So now we're going to start onboarding. So is that like an actual stair that's there? Oh, it's like the stairs on the plane. Okay. Cool. I didn't know the DC-9s had stairs on them. That's pretty cool. The Southwest DU Island hops as well. I think they go from like Honolulu to like one or two of the islands, but I don't think they do like full like island hopping. But I think there are a couple that they do. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that, but I think they do. Oh, whoops. Let me bring this back over here. Oh, no, never mind. We wanted to do this. So, flight number and call sign are both going to be Hawaiian 621. Departure is Kona. Arrival is going to be, I'm just going to say Kahului. Alternate is going to be Honolulu. Aircraft's a DC-982. Departure time is 02:30 Zulu. And air time is going to be 35 minutes. Block time is 1 hour and 15 minutes. Initial altitude is 14,000 feet. Cruising profile, it's going to be a cost index of 35. Route distance is nothing. Average winds are 240 at 41 knots. 15,308 pounds of fuel on board the plane with 126 passengers. So we're going to be considerably lighter than we just were. Zero fuel weight's going to be 108 over 122. Takeoff weight's 122 over 149. Landing weight is 118 over 130. Going to depart runway 17. Cruising speed's 348 knots at a cruising altitude of 14,000 feet. We're going to fly direct to the Kona VOR, then hop on Victor 1 to Harpo, then join the camps for arrival into Kalui. Seeing 4 arrivals was so quiet for the last 2 hours. Oh, you're talking about for the airport? Yeah. Briefing preview. We have a reserve fuel amount of 42.59. Min takeoff is 14.108, which is 2 hours and 11 minutes. Yeah, so this is looking pretty decent. Yeah, so it's going to take a minute for everybody to get unloaded, and then we'll just go through this. Let me download this stupid flight plan while I'm here. So we're going to download this to, it's going to be the Leonardo A cars. That's this. So that's in there. I'm going to pull up my documents thing, and we're going to drag that flight plan into the Mad Dog X files. So that way it's there. So let's, do this. What the fuck? All right, so we have that. This. So now that's in that folder. We're good. Probably shouldn't have done the cargo hold on the 737. At least the F one, I struggle with it for some reason. What do you mean? We can start setting up the FMS here. So let's do init ref. We're going to do our position. So we're going to be at PHKO. And then for the route, we're going to do PHKO to PHOG. And then we're going to put our departure and the arrival in. So departure is runway 17. It's going to be, we're not doing a departure. We're going to fly directly to the Kona VOR. So that's KOA. Then from there, it's going to be Victor 1 to Harpo. And then from Harpo, we're going to join the camps for arrival. So it's going to be the camps for through Harpo. I'm going to take a look at the weather observation for where we're going. So let's take a look at that real quick. So we have it's February 1st at 054 Zulu. Winds are 190 at 18, gusting to 26 knots. Oh, we're going to die. Visibility is 10 statute miles, few clouds at 2,000, scattered at 5,500, temperature 25, dew point 21, altimeter is 2981. So we're going to be landing to the south, and that's going to be on, I think it's runway 17. No, this isn't the right thing, but I think it's the same runway configuration. It's runway 17. It's like 17 and like 24 or something. 20 and 23. So we'll land. The longer of the runways is going to be 20. That's what I would like to land on. So that's what we'll do. So we'll do the next page. What approaches can we do? So it's going to be for 20. There's an RNAV. There's an RNAV for 20. So we'll do that. We'll do the RNAV 20. And what's the transition? Transition is going to be... Okay, so camps is not a transition. Let's see what we got. We're going to take a look at the approach here. I'm doing this off screen. Maybe we'll just transition. Yeah, because we'll just transition right from camps, and then we'll just go right to the intermediate fix. So we'll do... There should be a discontinuity here, or maybe not. Camps. WEPDO. Okay, so it's like 30 miles away. All right, cool. So we have our route in here. And, okay, so we have... Everybody is offloaded, so let's come over here. We are going to put our new flight plan into the plane. I forgot how to do it. I already forgot. Import OFP. Here we go. So we're going from PHKO to PHOG. So let me just make sure all those numbers look good. So we're looking at, it's like 15,000 on the fuel. Yeah, so it's 126 people. Cargo looks good. Fuel, okay, so yeah, that's about the right amount of fuel. So let's come on over here. Aircraft services, we are going to come to ground. Field requested, this is what we have, so we're going to put this on. That should only take a couple of minutes for that to get loaded in. I really hope that the plane doesn't throw a fit on the departure this time. I really don't know what happened when we took off out of Honolulu, why the flight director was acting the way that it was. That was strange. I think you clicked it when it was on a 252 heading. It wouldn't have, because that would have been about runway heading. Maybe it may have been stuck, because yeah, the runway heading was, it was like 149 degrees or 159 degrees. So I don't really think that would have mattered, but maybe it did. I don't know, but it's not that big of a deal. Cool. So that's in there. Let's do this. We're going to start loading up the people. I fucking... here we go. Starboarding. So it's 126 people we're putting on board the plane. So I'll just start going through my checks here again, and we'll start making sure that everything is set. I think I'm not going to do... How long is the runway? It's 11,000 feet. I think I'm not going to do a flex temp takeoff. I think I'm just going to do like a full-on like balls to the wall takeoff and see what happens, because I don't like the fact that Honolulu has a 12,000 foot long runway and we ate up almost all of it. I've taken off from airports with much shorter runways than that, and I did not eat up nearly as much runway. So I am going to just do a full-on toga, no limits takeoff, and then we'll go from there and we'll see what happens. Just heard ATC say, hey, can you do a 180 and taxi to ramp via Juliet? Uh-oh. Rip. So can't do anything with the FMS just yet. We're gonna wait for everybody to get loaded in. But yeah, we have the APU is on, so we don't need to do the fire protection test again. All that stuff is on. The pneumatic cross feed valves are open. We'll come up to the pressure controller. Whoops. And I'm going to push that stupid little button. Shut up. We're going to do the landing altitude and the landing baro. So the altitude is 55 feet. So that's pretty much where it's at. And then it's 2981 is going to be our landing altimeter setting. So that's about like right there. And then we're going to turn on the hydraulic pump. So I hate having to go back and forth like this. So we're going to turn this on. Yeah, and then after that, we're going to go through. Well, we can do like the auto land test. So we have this. Yeah, this is already set. So let's do auto land. So that's working pretty good. Now, when it says for the altitude, it says altitude set. It says set cruise altitude or cleared altitude, arm with click on rotary selector, which is what I did. And it like did not like it. But I'm gonna set this for 14,000 feet. Not gonna arm it until I get the flight directors turned on. Maybe that was the mistake that I made. So I learned if you wanted to send via speed, this is your button, and then if you want to fly a speed, this is basically like that airspeed interval button. This switches it from Mach to indicated. This is if you want to climb with an EPR limit. Yeah, nav, VNav. Maybe it was something with this. Maybe I didn't arm this right. I don't know. I just feel like something went like wrong. I could set my heading. I don't know why it was at 252, but this one's going to be 174. That's in there. Now, does it set the heading bug? Yeah, the heading bug is set. No other planes on the runway, so I guess it's okay. And I guess, yeah, plane can... You can back taxi on a runway as long as you're cleared by ATC to do it. Or if you let everybody know that you're doing it, if you're on like an uncontrolled field. You know, as long as you're safe when you're doing it. So, okay, so we still have got like half the people left to go. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this opportunity to step away for just a second. A, because it's hot as hell in this this freaking house. So I'm going to go turn some of my fans on so I'm not dying. And then I am going to use the restroom real quick. So let's take like a quick 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have everybody loaded up. And then we will continue our second flight out to Kalui, which I know I am not saying the name of correctly. So if you guys want to get up, get something to eat, something to drink, now is definitely going to be the time to do it. And when we come back, we will start our flight out to Kalui in the MD-80, which I got to say, despite the little hiccups that we had, that wasn't really a bad flight. So let's take a quick break, and we will be right back. Oh, what happened? There we go. All right. Are we done loading up everybody yet? Almost. We're almost done. So for those of you that may be tuning in here for the first time, I just do want to remind everybody, again, that we are raising money for the California Fire Foundation, which is an organization that is helping the people of California recover from the wildfires that have devastated the Los Angeles area. So it's all set up through Twitch. So where you would normally go to, you know, to get a subscription for the channel, that's where you'll find the donate link, and that's where you can do any donations through. So I do ask, if you are considering throwing any money at the channel, that you instead donate it to the California Fire Foundation, so that way they can continue their efforts with helping people recover. And, you know, myself and the people of California, thank you in advance. And what we usually do here is VATSIM 101, which, sorry, I'm like drawing a blank because I'm a little distracted. So how it usually works is I take you through a flight in VATSIM, break things down nice and slowly, and answer any questions that you have along the way. Friday nights, we get into some of the bigger events that VATSIM has, called Friday Night Ops, or FNOs, but being that there is no Friday Night Op this week, I decided to take out the MD-80 for a spin. You know, it's the first time on stream that we have flown this plane, and it will be hopefully making a pretty regular, well, I say regular, but like, you know, a normal appearance on the streams here. So we'll see, but I'm definitely a lot more confident in this plane now than I was a couple of weeks ago. You know, just a couple of quirks, I guess, that I still haven't really figured out. It's just the plane's got a little bit of an attitude, but then again, so does the MD-11, and I just know what I can and can't do with it. So that's what we're doing tonight. Just doing some Hawaii island hopping in the good old MD-80. So let's see. You're ready to go? All right, cool. We'll be ready to go here shortly. Well, it looks like we'll be ready to go, like, now. So let's go through the rest of our checks here. So we're going to come down. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me do this first. We'll do our performance data. Performance. And we are at PHKO. I'm going to take off runway 17. Oh, that's landing. I got to do takeoff. Yes, this is good. Optimum winds 210. So this is going to be, let me get the observation for here. PHKO. 2984 is going to be the altimeter. Winds are 180 at 18. Oh, it got windy, huh? 180 at 18. Outside air temperature is still 26 degrees. All this other stuff looks good. Yeah. I'm not going to take off with a cell temp. I'm going to take off full toga. So yeah, V1 is 142, VR is 147, V2 is 156. Yeah, so we're not going to do a cell temp. Flaps are going to be set to 4 degrees. Let me set that in the wheel before I forget. Stupid friggin' thing. So set that for 4. And then we're going to come over to the FMS and we're going to start getting the initialization done. So 0 fuel weight. Oh, maybe I should get 0 fuel weight is going to be 108.171. Yeah, 108.2. Yeah, let's just do 108.2. So 108.2. And fuel is going to be 15.3/N. Reserves are going to be 4.3. Cruising altitude is 14,000 feet. Cruising winds are going to be, we'll just go to the top of climb, which is going to be 239 at 39. Right there. ICE deviation is going to be, I think it's plus 13, plus 12. So it's going to be 12. Takeoff data. Come back over here because I forgot to write it down. 142, 147, 156. 142, 147. Oops, that's a 4. And 156. We'll set the speed bugs. Speed bugs are wrong. Well, maybe those are the flap speeds, not like the V speeds. I don't know. 140. Actually, maybe not. 142. That might be 147. I don't know. What, 156? I'm going to set 166 in the speed. If the waiting area Kona is like this in the sim, it would be interesting airport to go to. Yeah. Oh, whoops. So what is this? 166 we're setting this to. And then we're going to do, yeah, no ART. So it's just going to be takeoff. And then we'll get the flight directors on. We'll arm the altimeter or the altitude window. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. Let me just start going through some other things here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. V1, VR, V2. I think everything is good. I didn't turn off the seatbelt signs, did I? No. I do want to turn off the air conditioning switches, though. Because when we push back, we are going to need to have those turned off. Shut up. We'll turn this back on. And yeah, we did the auto land check. Nav radios, those are fine. Oh, this says speed mop. We want to set this for 250. Okay, so let me set that for 250. So it doesn't want us to set it for V2 plus 10. It wants us to set it at 250. Maybe that's why I had an issue on takeoff. And that's why the flight director was acting up. So let's do that. Let's set this for 250. Heading is going to be set for the departure. That's this right here. The altimeter is, or the altitude window is armed. Speed bugs are set. Standby. Her artificial horizon or attitude indicator is uncaged. The altimeters, we're going to set those to local. 2984, 2984. TRC, ART, we're going to have that set to auto. Fuel quantity gauge, we have this, we already set 0 fuel weight. Weather radar test, then off. Can we do that? If I can find it. Does weather off, so probably not. The TCAS is actually still set. I never set that to standby. So let's get our music turned off here, and we will get ourselves ready to start our second flight. So we're going to make sure that the hide pumps are still on, which they should be, yeah. So hydraulic pumps are on. Parking brake is, I believe it's set. That looks like it's pretty set to me. Stabilizer trim set. So I'm just going to move this down. That's pretty good. Then we have the takeoff, the flap selector. I have that in there. Air conditioning supply switches, we turn those off. Fuel pumps left and right are going to come on. And then the ignition selector, we're going to have this selected to system A. Seatbelt signs are on. Windows and doors are closed and locked. I think the cockpit door is still closed. I never opened that. Yeah, that's still closed. Anti-collision light is going to come on. And we're going to get the tug hooked up. Is that somebody next to us?
This is a fine fucking pickle. God damn it.
Oh, looks like Sancho's already out there. Sancho said, "The hell with this, you're taking too long." All right, now we're going to start our push, and we're going to get ourselves going. Could you take any longer to hook up the goddamn tug? Why does it say flight recorder off? Am I supposed to do something with that? This... Interesting. I know I didn't have that before, so maybe when the engines get fired up, that's when it turns on. All right, so we're going to get the parking brake turned off. Anti-collision light is on, right? Yeah, it's on. All right, let's go. You're taxiing? Then who is that? Then I don't see you. If that's not you, I don't see you. We'll have to figure this out, how to set up, like, the Must-Fuss multiplayer thing. I know there's, like, servers that you can do, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. I thought it was like, oh, I'll just connect live, and then that would have been it. But I guess not. So the last one I started the turn a little late. This one I did it too early. Can't win with me. We'll pull forward a little bit just in case that guy starts to push back. We won't be in his way. All right, so we'll stop right here. And we will set the parking brake. Whoops. Damn it. set the fucking brake. There we go. We'll get the tug called away, and now let's fire up engine number 2. So just like before, we're going to come up here. We're going to do this. We're going to roll that down. And when this gets to 20%, we're going to turn on the cutoff lever. At 40%, we're going to flip that switch off. All right, so let's get this up. Tell you what, though, this Hawaii flying is definitely a good thing to do with the MD-80. Relatively quick routes. I was gonna continue on with like the tour that I have my virtual airline, but it's like it's all at nighttime. I was like, I don't want to start flying this thing at night. Not yet. I want to make sure I can fly it during the day first. All right, so I have to turn that off. So we'll come up here. Fire engine number 1. Okay, we get that on. All right, so that's going to come off. And yeah, the hydraulic pump is on. We're going to do stabilizer trim is set. Flap takeoff selector. Well, it says flaps set like takeoff selector if required. Yeah, so we're going to have that set to takeoff. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. So it's going to be APU bus switches are going to come off. Jojo, thank you for the $25 dono to the California Fire Foundation. Much appreciated, my friend. People of California greatly appreciate your generous donation. APU bus switches are going to come off. So we're going to turn those off here. APU air switch is going to come off. APU master switch is also going to come off. So APU is going to die. Air conditioning switches are going to come to auto, so we'll get that set. And then the engine ignition selector, that's going to come off. We're going to turn on the auxiliary and transfer pumps. So the auxiliaries are already on, transfer pump is coming on. Then we're going to do the spoilers. Well, let me do a flight control check first. So flight controls, free and correct. B-brake is working. We're going to arm that. Engine hydraulic pumps are going to come to high. I think I missed that on the last one. So those are supposed to come to high. Well, they're already high. Never mind. Auto brake is going to be set to takeoff. We're going to arm that. Let's do this. Oh, apparently it never reset itself after. That sucks. So that's going to be armed. And then now we're going to get ourselves going. So nose light's going to get set to taxi. That's going to come to dim. And we're going to start going. So we're going to taxi straight ahead. Sancho is either in MustFuss 24. Does 2020 and 2024 not use the same like multiplayer servers? Because if it doesn't, that's fucking stupid. Because he's using 2024. I'm on 20. All right, so we'll taxi out to the runway. It's going to be a little bit of a taxi. And then I'll look at the takeoff checks again once we actually get out there. There's a little like pull-off area I can go to so I can be out of the way of anybody that wants to take off ahead of us. And I think what I'll do is I'll start the landing rate prediction before we take off, since it's going to be a very short flight. It probably would be better. Because it's like a 30-minute flight, so we'll start it before we take off. Would be done with the servers if that's the case. Yeah, that would be really stupid. What are you guys thinking of the MD-80 so far? You guys enjoying watching me struggle? I'm enjoying this plane. I really am. I just gotta. I don't know why it like wouldn't let me arm the altitude for the descent. It just wanted to start descending. I don't understand. Is there a way that you arm it? Like, let's see if I go to the descent. Yeah, it says select not arm the proper altitude. So I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. Yeah, Sancho got Volanta. He added me. I have a lot of friends on Volanta. I think I have like 80. Everybody just adds me. It's all good. Okay. So. Now, we're not moving very fast, are we? Come on. Yeah, so no departure that we're going to fly. The arrival that we're going to fly is going to be very, very, very simple because we're transitioning at Harpo. So if we take a look at this real quick, Harpo is going to be right here. So we're basically transitioning on a base leg. So we're going to go from Harpo to camps, and at camps you need to be at or above 3,000. Then from there we turn inbound, intercept the localizer, and proceed straight into the runway. So there's like literally nothing to this arrival. These arrivals out in Hawaii are very, very simple. But we get to fly in between two mountains, and it's going to be windy. A lot of turbulence. Yeah. Turbulence is fun in the MD-80. But why am I stuttering? I'm stuttering like a bitch. Oh, this guy's right behind me. I don't think this airport likes me. Very stuttery airport. It could also be because we're connected to Must Fuss multiplayer. Did I get the Mad Dog or the CRJ? I'm looking to get into a regional jet instead of running. Get that CRJ probably. This plane's kind of like, it's a lot to learn. I mean, you can get it if you want, but you know, it's definitely going to be a learning curve. CRJ is a little bit easier to learn. All right, so there's like a little pull-off area. Yeah, there's this over here. So we're just going to come here and we'll run through everything. All right. Hopefully he doesn't pull right behind me. But he's also, like, not moving. All right. All right, whatever. Wow, why am I stuttering so bad? What the fuck is going on? All right, whatever. So, let's go through. Let me set the parking brake here real quick. All right, so before takeoff, we have the engine selectors. We're going to set that to both. Whoops. Then the engine airfoil, we're not going to turn that on. Flaps are set for takeoff. Let me just double check. Yeah, flaps are set for takeoff, so that's looking good. Auxiliary and hydraulic transfer pumps, those are on. Annunciator panel, check and consider. It's just a parking brake. Then we're going to do terrain and Terrain and EGPWS. It says as desired on. I don't know where that is in this plane. That's the weather radar. Oh, is it over here maybe? I have no idea. I really want this to stop stuttering. Whatever. TCAS is already set to TARA. I didn't do anything with that. So auto throttle, we're going to arm this. Then it says wing and landing lights. Yeah, well, we'll turn all those on. So these will come on. And we'll just turn on the landing lights. And then strobe lights, we're going to turn those on. And then for the takeoff, it says line up and brake, throttle 1.4 EPR, activate toga, check auto throttle is advancing, release the brakes. Then we do our regular V1 VR callouts. We're going to set TRC is verified to set to the climb power setting. Then ART, we're going to make sure it's set to auto. Then we're going to start retracting the flaps. Autopilot on at your discretion above 200 feet. Heading nav and VNAV, IAS and ATS EPR limit. So I guess that's when we activate like the VNAV. So after like 200 feet, yeah. So we'll wait till we get to TRA. I just don't know why it was being so weird. Yeah, we'll just go. I guess he wants to wait for us. So we'll just start moving. Yeah, I don't know why the sim is all of a sudden stuttering. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It's like a little stuttery at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Driver update? Doubt it. It just started happening. There's no GPU driver updates. I doubt that's what it is. We'll see what happens when we climb. It could just be because there's a plane that's near us on Must Fuss multiplayer. All right, so we are going to let's go through this again. So it's going to be throttle 1.4 EPR. So I'm going to slowly advance the throttle. I really got to find the sweet spot for this. That's about 1.4. So we're going to come down here. I'm going to hit the toga button. So those are moving forward.
Front lab. Front lab.
What are you talking about? The flaps are set. Maybe not. All right, so we're going to release the brakes and we're going to start rolling. So airspeed is alive. Passing 80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb. You're up. Oh, hello. That was a nice little gust of wind. Now, is this going to go to the climb thing itself, or is it going to... I'll wait till I get to like 2,000 feet. And then we'll see. I don't think it's going to, though. So let's just do it now. Climb detent. And we'll pitch down for 2... So the flight director does not want to pitch for 250 knots. So let's do... VNAV, maybe? Oh, here it comes. All right, so let's... All right, I'm going to set the autopilot. Yeah, I don't know why this is stuttering so much. This is actually getting fucking annoying. Autopilot. Okay, so I have to use the stupid little thing here. Okay. We'll start our turn to our first fix. That's going to be to the Kona VOR, which is pretty much directly behind us. Maybe we won't fly directly to it. Maybe we'll just go to our first fix, which is at Reefs. Yeah, let's go to Reefs. And then we'll activate nav. Yeah, now it's going to start a turn. Let's get our flaps up. And the other thing I don't like is that I have to come over here and manually select this to have the slats come in. I don't like that this is stuttering. I don't know why this is going on. It did this last week with the A322. I don't know if you guys are seeing it or not, because I know last week you guys weren't seeing it, but it's like I have like 13 frames. And if I pull this up, like if I pull up my metrics, it says I'm getting 40. So like I don't know what the fuck's going on. These lights? Yeah, those are lights. Let me get some of these lights turned on because it's a little dim. I don't know where all the lights are, though. That's my only problem. What, am I not going to get? Oh, is this, that's like off? Oh, that's for the, okay, so that's for the PFD. Okay, I see what's going on. Oh, over here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Let's go through our climb checklist. So TRC, yeah, well, this is all looking good. Gears up, flaps are up, spoilers are disarmed. No, I'm sorry, that's the flaps are up, the spoilers back over here. That's disarmed. We're going to turn that off. We're going to turn the auxiliary, hydraulic, and transfer things off. Maybe it's the weather that's I think, yeah, because I think when we flew the A320 that one time, it was the weather that was causing it. So engine to low, not off, low. These are coming off. And then the engine ignition selector is going to come off. Oh, I didn't start the landing rate prediction like I said I was going to. So we'll get that started again. That'll run for 20 minutes. So that's open now. And then it says pneumatic crossfeed valves on the center pedestal is required. I'm just going to leave those on. And then once we get to 10,000, we'll turn the landing lights off and all the rest of the lights. All right.
Stabilizer motion.
Stabilizer motion. So then the anti-collision light's going to stay on. The strobes are going to stay on, but everything else is going to come off. And then we're going to get to our top of climb, and then very shortly after, we're going to get to our top of descent. I don't know how shortly after we're going to get to the top of descent, but we're going to get to the top of descent shortly after. And I got the stream manager pulled up, and it seems like the stuttering that I'm seeing, you guys are not actually seeing it. Yeah, so I don't know why the game would stutter and then OBS just doesn't show it stuttering. Like, I don't know what the fuck that's all about. That's weird, because usually the OBS is like the first thing to be like, oh yeah, we're having a problem. Fuck your stream. And it just started happening like 10 minutes ago. I don't understand it. Altitude. Oh, it doesn't say altitude. Why does this say execute? Oh, because it did. Okay, I see why. So up at our very low cruising altitude, and it looks like we're going to be set to land at 0251. So yeah, about another 20 minutes. Looks like some rain coming through Hawaii. Yeah. That's probably why it's so friggin' windy. So let's take a look at the weather observation for this place again. So PHOG. So it was updated at 0154. Winds are 180 at 20, gusting to 27. Jesus Christ. Visibility is 10 statute miles. View clouds at 2,000. Scattered at 5,500. Temperature is 24. Dew point is 21. Altimeter is 2980. So in the descent, we'll make sure to set our altimeter to 2980. And then we'll see if this thing wants to behave. And we can arm the altitude. Let's come over, take a look at the arrival again. So we're going to join the arrival at Harpo. From Harpo, we're going to fly to camps at or above 3,000. Then from camps, we're going to turn inbound, intercept the localizer for runway. Oh, wait, am I looking at the wrong one here? This is for... We're landing in the other direction. What the hell's going on? Camps 4 for... What the fuck is this? Get away from me. How am I going to do that if I'm landing runway 20? This is for runway 02. What I might do is when we get to camps, I'll probably circle around and come around the backside of the island like this. So we come out over the way. Yeah, this is for runway 2. 20 comes in on the other side. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll fly it out to camps, and then we'll kind of come around the island. We can just do that visually. We'll come around the island and then approach from back over here. I think that'll be the plan. Let me redo this this approach here, because I can actually set this to RNAV 20. We'll come in from Plum. We'll bring this back over here. So there's going to be a discontinuity. Camps and Plum. Yeah, so we'll kind of visually fly around the island. And now it's got this big ass circle. The fuck is that? What the hell? What is this shit? Let's just see what the plane does. Missed approach. Oh, maybe. Yeah, you might be right. Missed approach. You are probably right. What does that say? It says Andrew. Yeah, Andrew's the missed approach on the RNAV. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what that is. Sorry, I'm just doing something off screen here for a second. See if that other guy is behind us. I don't see him. really want this stuttering to stop. So whenever I pan the camera around, it's doing it. I know you guys aren't seeing it. I don't know why you guys aren't seeing it, because my game is doing it, so therefore OBS should be showing it. I don't understand. It's at this point, it's OBS. That's what it's got to be. I know some people like to believe that OBS can do no wrong, but... So probably after we get past, because this top of descent is calculated, like top of descent's at Harpo. I don't know about that. I mean, for us, it's not really going to matter because we're going to circle around the backside of the island and come in and land. But yeah, we would not get from Harpo to camps from 14,000 feet down to 3,000. Like, there's no way in hell that happens. All right, so let's see what happens if I arm this again. Is it going to start a descent? Yeah, see, now it's not descending. So I must have did something before. I must have done something before that that made it act weird. Bring this in. Yeah, and then what we'll do is we'll just kind of vector ourselves around the island and we'll land on runway 20. And then once we start our descent, we'll brief the approach. Make sure everything is set here. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. So I still got about 10 minutes left in that landing rate prediction, so don't forget to get your bets in. And then what I'll do is I should probably put this in heading mode because at camps it's going to immediately start a turn. So let me go. Heading mode's not going to work, really. I can't set the head. There we go. So what I'll do is we'll go to a heading of about this. We'll switch this to heading mode. And yeah, we'll let the plane start its descent. And I know there's another island that's out over here, and I do not want to descend into that mountain, so we'll just have to be cognizant of that. And then we'll see if when we get to 10,000, I think I'm still in the VNAV profile, so it should slow itself down, although I may not want to trust that because we're in heading mode, so I don't know if it fucks with anything. I mean, it says VNAV descent, so let's do descent via speed. And then once we get to about 11,000, we'll bring it back to 250. I mean, I'll set this for now, but it's still going to descend to 285 because that's what it's set to. So I'm going to start a turn so I don't descend into that island. We'll go to like a heading of 330. Does that sound good? All right, so I'm going to bring this back to 250 knots. And then what was I gonna do? I was just about to do something. Yeah, this sim is a stuttery fucking mess right now. I don't know what happened in the last 30 minutes that this game decided it wanted to do this, but it's not happy right now. Yeah, let's get the landing lights turned back on. And we'll start turning all these lights on too. Get everything turned on. I think it might be the weather, because that's really the only thing that's changed. I think it's the weather. Start another turn here. We'll go to about a heading of north. That's going to be, yeah, our island's like in the clouds over here. So let's take a look at the RNAV approach real quick. So we have Kaului, RNAV GPS runway 20. Final approach course is going to be 204 degrees. Judes is going to be our final approach fix, which we have to cross at 1,700 feet. Minimum descent altitude is going to be 4,000 feet, which is 375 feet on our decision height. So I'm going to set 375 in the decision height window here. This is just going to take me a second. 272 landing rate. Yes, just set this 375. God, I hate this stupid thing. There's another plane where you can't just click and hold it. You have to scroll it. Stupidest friggin' thing. I will never understand why this is a thing that developers do. And then 2980 is going to be our altimeter setting here. So we'll set this one over here as well. And then missed approach is going to be a climb to 500 feet, then a climbing left turn to 4,300 feet, direct to Andrew and hold. So we're going to come in from Plum, that's our transition, then we're going to fly to Foslu, then to Weptu, Judes, Bikti, Hukla, and then we're going to land on runway 20, hopefully. We want to be at 2,000 feet when we get to Weptu. Let me set my altitude window to 2,000. And then there's just going to be a PAPI. I guess there's no approach lighting system. We're going to be looking for probably around 700 feet per minute on the descent. Missed approach again is a climb to 500, then a climbing left turn to 4,300, direct to Andrew. And our decision height is going to be, or minimum descent height, I should say, is 375 feet. So all of that is looking good. We're going to come over here and we're going to do our landing performance. So we have, just call it 119,800. That's fine. 119,800. Yeah, we'll use all the same flap settings. The weather observation temperature is 24. Auto brake is going to be, we'll do medium. And calculate. Cool. So we'll have about 1,000 feet to play with, which is nice. We're going to come down over here. This stuttering fucking mess of a simulator needs to knock this shit off so I can actually use my cameras. Oh my god. Alright, so medium is going to be this. And yeah, I guess that just, you can't do that. Yeah, we have our speed bug set, the decision height set. We're going to turn those pumps back on. Do I have to set the... Yeah, so these are going to come back to high. This comes on, that comes on. Alright, so that pretty much takes care of that. And we're going to start our turn back towards the east. You know what we can do? We can just fly direct to Plum at this point. So let's go direct to Plum. And then we'll go nav mode. We're still in heading select mode, so I guess my honeycomb doesn't like that. Let's do... What's going on here? Where's Plum? Oh, there it is. Oh, we're like right on top of it. I don't know if this is a good idea. Yeah, we're like right on top of Plum. I guess that won't be too bad. Let's just go direct to it again. There we go. So let's do this. Let's descend via vertical speed. We'll get this coming down a little bit. We'll get our speed back to 200 knots, and then we're going to yank the e-brake. The speed brake. Did not realize we were that close to Plum. What if I go back to VNAV mode? We're pretty much on the VNAV profile. And it wants us to descend at 240 knots, so I guess we'll just do what it says. Alright, so is it going to have a slowdown? I don't know, because we're still doing 240 knots. Oh yeah, after fossil it has a slowdown. Let me reset the speed bugs here. Then after fossil, it looks like it's going to have us go down to 2,000, although it might actually keep our descent up to... Because I didn't get that altitude alert. Or maybe not. Yeah, so after fossil, it's going to bring us down to... I cannot do this stuttering thing. This landing is going to suck. This is ridiculous. Everything was fine. I don't know why you're throwing a fit. Oh, you know what I gotta do? I gotta bring this stupid thing back to stow. Otherwise, when I go to deploy the flaps for landing, it's not gonna do it right. Are we even moving? It feels like we're not even moving. Let's bring in the range a little bit here. Yes, that's Weptu right there. So we're gonna start that turn inbound. Let me get my heading indicators set to 204 degrees. And there we go. There's our beautiful island right there. Our speed is coming back to, it looks like, our clean speed. So I'm going to bring out the flaps. Or the slats, I should say. I don't know if I want you to come all the way back to 180 knots, though. Well, I guess, yeah, we're getting pretty close to, yeah, because Weptu is like, oh shit, yeah, it's like,
Landing gear.
why?
Landing
I don't
gear.
need landing gear yet.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
It's because my speed is really low. That's probably why. Let's just drop it so it shuts up.
Gear. Stabilizer motion.
Alright, we'll go flaps full.
Stabilizer motion.
Why are you climbing? God damn this fucking plane. Didn't ask you to climb, but you're climbing for no reason. There's the airport. That's it right there. Alright. Auto throttle off. So what's my VREF? So it's going to be 139 is my approach speed. Any particular reason the speed bug is not coming to that? Alright, well, alright, so this stupid fucking plane is not doing what I ask it to. I don't know why that speed bug... I have the speed bug set. I don't know why you're not coming back to the speed that I demand you to come back to, but I'm just ignoring you. Oh, shit, this is not good. Hey, Nightboss coming in with the raid of 6. What's up, man? Thanks for the raid. Why is this still saying ATS off? Like, I know it's off. Stop flashing it at me. Yeah, we came in real high. I don't know what the hell this plane thought it was doing. I'm turning the flight directors off because the approach mode doesn't want to work. This plane just does not want to do anything that I tell it to do. Oh my god. Not. Oh, Axel coming in right behind Knight with the rate of 8. Trying to land this thing. Oh my god, this is not looking good.
Minimums.
I guess we're landing.
300.
Flying in the water. We're not above that. Oh my god.
100.
Shit.
Sink rate. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright, we're down. Ooh, that nose came down real fast. That looks like it might be the end of the runway right there. Bah! Why are you not slowing down? Jesus fucking Christ, like... The speed brakes didn't want to come up? Alright. I don't know why I set things and then they don't fucking work. Is that not set to medium? Alright, whatever. Alright, let's get the APU started here. So we're going to get that set to start. We're going to let that thing come to life. And then we're going to park this thing over at the fucking gate. And I wanted to do a third flight, but being that the fact that this game is acting like it's getting 7 fucking frames a second, that's probably not going to be a possibility. I cannot fly this. I know you guys aren't seeing it for some reason. Like, the stream is coming in, like, crystal clear. This fucking sim is acting like it can't get anything more than 10 frames, and I don't understand why. And it's almost unplayable. Was the auto? It was set. I had it set to medium. This plane is just really quirky for some reason. Let's take this gate right here. Oh, I didn't turn off any of my lights. Oops. Just casually blinding everybody. All right. So parking brake is set. We're going to come up here. We're going to turn the switch to run right here. APU is coming on. APU air is coming on. And the engines are stable. We're going to kill both engines. And I don't know if the jet bridge is gonna work. Let's see. Oh, maybe it will. Okay. So we'll come over here. Yeah, the anti-collision light I think I turned off. Oh, no. Now I did. So that is going to do that. I cannot believe how stuttery this thing just, like, suddenly got in the last 30 minutes. Where are my chocks? Oh, wait, right. Chocks come on automatically. What's up, Kay? How you doing? All right, I think that is everything. Let's come up here. We're going to get the seatbelt sign turned off. Let's deboard this plane. Off we go. What's up, Mr. Wolf? How you doing? All right, let's see what this landing rate was. All right, everybody. Are you guys ready? In 3, 2, 1. Ooh, you guys are going to be mad. Ooh, minus 112. How the hell did I get minus 112? That was way worse of an approach than what we did going into Kona. Man. All right, so let's see who our winners are for this evening on our second landing rate prediction. That's going to be between 100 and 150, and it doesn't look like anybody's going to win. Yeah, no, unfortunately, it does not look like anybody is going to take home the dub on this flight. Mine was 664. Jesus. All right, so no winners. Rip. Rip and pepperonis. Have a nice day. All right, so let's, I'm just gonna start winding things down. There's no way I'm gonna be able to play this with how stuttery this thing is. And it's so weird, because, like, if you guys could see what I'm seeing, it would be like, oh, yeah, like, you're getting, like, 15 frames, and then I pull up my metrics, and it's saying I'm getting 40 frames. So something is severely wrong. Let me see if I can troubleshoot it, though. Maybe if I turn on, like, VSync or something. The fuck is this? Frame limit 50% of monitor refresh rate? What the hell does that mean? Okay, so that didn't do anything. What? I can't set, like, 60 frames, maybe? The hell is this? Whoops. Yeah, no. Nothing. It's not working. I don't know what happened. Something happened, and I'm stuttering all over the place, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. What if I do... No, I don't... What if I do this? Take it off multiplayer, maybe? No. What about weather? If I turn off live weather? That's the only thing I can think of. If that doesn't work, then I don't know. Then it's just this thing being a fucking asshole. Yeah, no. Something is seriously wrong with Microsoft Flight, because this is the third time that it's done this. You know what it is? They released 2024, and they want reasons for you to go over to 2024 and leave 2020. So they're doing what Apple does, and they're making all of their shit fucking not work. That's my conspiracy theory. I have no idea. There's no explanation for this. Because if I do this, you guys are seeing it like it's not stuttering. This is, it looks ridiculous to me. And I don't understand. It was doing it with the Phoenix the other night too, and it did it with the 777 yesterday. I don't know what this is. Anyway, yeah, so we'll just wrap things up right here. So for those of you that are joining us for the first time, what we usually do is VATSIM 101. And how it normally works is I take you through a flight in VATSIM, break things down nice and slowly, answer any answer any questions you have along the way. So, what we usually do on Friday nights is we get into the FNOs, or Friday Night Ops, which are big chaotic events that VATSIM puts on for the community. But since tonight there was no Friday Night Op, they just didn't schedule one. We just decided to take out the MD-80 for the first time on stream and see how we did. And I think, all things considered, it went pretty well. I think it went pretty, you know, apart from some of the quirks that we encountered, I think it went pretty well. So, it may only be a matter of time before this thing starts, you know, becoming one of the planes that we bring out regularly to the stream. So definitely looking forward to that. I was getting 45 FPS even on low fidelity. Well, I don't chase frames like that. That's like kind of like not my point. What I chase is smoothness. Like, I want the simulator to be smooth. I've had, like, when I'm on VATSIM and I'm getting like 19 frames a second on like a DFW, it still runs very, very, very smooth. This is running about as smooth as, I don't even know what analogy to make to how choppy this is running. But it's ridiculous. I'm not using any more CPU resources than I normally do. My frame rate is not in the fucking garbage. I don't understand. I don't understand what the potential problem could be. Isn't there like a dev mode I can do? Yeah, so I can do this. And if I do this... yeah, like, everything is fine. It's just for whatever reason is running extraordinarily stutterier. So I have no idea what the problem is. Whatever it is what it is. Fucking stupid. So, whatever. Yeah, I think it's just the simulators being a brat for no reason. Because, you know, that never happens. Let me turn this developer fucking mode off. No, stop. Alright, so. Let's see. While I'm looking for somebody to raid, I do want to remind everybody, you know, again, that we still are raising money for the California Fire Foundation. So that's through the Twitch dono feature that they have. So if you do wish to donate money, it's going to be through where you would normally go to get a subscription for the channel. You're going to see a donate button, and then the money that you decide to donate is going to go directly to the California Fire Foundation. It doesn't come to me or anybody else, and then we have to give it to them. It's all streamlined, goes straight to the California Fire Foundation. And if you don't know who they are an organization that is assisting with the recovery efforts for the people that have been affected by the wildfires in Los Angeles earlier this month. So we do have a community goal set to $500. So I do ask that if you are considering throwing any money at the stream, that you instead consider donating it to the California Fire Foundation so they can continue their efforts with helping those in need out in Los Angeles. And myself and the people of California thank you greatly should you decide to donate some money. Let's see who's out here that we can go say hi to. I mean, we're at the 3-hour mark for the stream anyway, which is pretty much, you know, between 3 and 4 hours is where we normally end anyway. So let's see. We have... You guys want to go say hi to Charlie? We haven't said hi to Charlie in a little bit. Yeah, let's go say hi to him. So we're going to go say hi to Charlie Foxtrot. So he's a friend of the channel. He's somebody that we drop in on every now and again. He likes to do a lot of GA flying. So he's doing some... What is he flying? I don't even think he's picked like an airport yet. Yeah, he just started the stream. So it looks like he's just trying to figure out what it is that he wants to do. So we'll go say hi to our good friend Charlie Foxtrot. So while I get this in here, I will drop the Discord command and the socials link in the chat for y'all. So we do have a Discord. So the link is right there. It is an 18+ Discord. So just keep in mind, you'll need to be 18+ in order to join it. But that's the link right there. So feel free to come on in and hang out. There's all types of gaming that we like to do in there. And that is where, you know, of course, that we do it. Socials link is where you can find me on some other platforms like YouTube and TikTok, where I do have some VATSIM 101 style content for you to take advantage of. I have plenty of videos that are up that go over, you know, a plethora of different things, like how to read ATISs and weather reports, how to communicate on the radio, how to communicate with air traffic control. And I do have a whole lot more projects that are planned, so there is definitely more to come with the VATSIM 101 series on YouTube. So I do want to thank all of you for coming out and hanging out for as long as you have tonight. Really appreciate all of you showing your support for what it is that we do here. And to all the raiders that have come through, from Knight, from Axel. We had one earlier from Factual Gull. I think there is another one that I am missing. And if I am, I apologize. Now, it looks like it may have actually only been, yeah, just those 3 raids. So definitely appreciate you all coming over here, bringing your community on over 2 hours. We will see you all Tuesday night, everybody, for another edition of VATSIM 101, answering all of your questions, breaking things down nice and slowly, and having a great time. We got 5 seconds left for the race. So we will see you all on Tuesday, everybody. And until then, this is Cross Hyperu, signing out.